Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys of Magic. This is Hunter, Riley, and Shane. Say what up, guys.
Hello.
What's up, nerds?
We are back. Happy Friday. It is May 16th, 2025. We are 14 days away from the end of spoiler season. So, we've got so many more spoilers. But, like I said, this is spoiler season. Before we get started at all, hit the subscribe button down below. Why you're watching the video, you're watching our channel. Hit the subscribe button because like 80% of you aren't subscribed. So subscribe. But also hit the like button if you like these videos. But yeah, Final Fantasy is here once again. Let's just jump straight into it with this first card we're talking about today. It is Machinist's Arsenal. It's 4 and a white for an artifact equipment. It does have job select. In case you don't remember, it's when the equipment enters, you create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 for each artifact you control, and is an artificer in addition to its other types, then equip cost of 4.
The heavy equipment.
Heavy equipment, but it is pretty powerful.
Could be pretty big. Could be a big dumb beater.
I mean, in Equipment Matters deck, I feel like you're having a lot of artifacts.
Yeah, we already see something similar to this with like the enchantments of what is it, all that glitters. This one
Yeah.
obviously is much more expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But it also pumps by probably a whole lot more. Not only is it +2/+2, but it's very easy to get a lot of artifacts in play.
Yeah, imagine the amount of treasures
You're not wrong.
or food. I find it very interesting, however, because this is from the main set. I do not, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe it's from the starter deck, but the equipped cost has a reminder text.
Hey, sometimes
It's
you
a
gotta get
rare.
reminded.
It's a rare. Usually they don't have it on rares. I don't know.
I wonder if that's because it has a name to it.
I mean, we've had it in the past with different names for these
Machina.
equipment so far, and no reminder. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. This could be in the starter deck. But I think it's a pretty cool card, especially like I said for those equipment matters. Nettle Cyst, I believe, is kind of much the same thing as well. It does the +1/+1. That doesn't really see too much play, so who knows how much this is going to see play. But cool
This seems
card.
expensive, yeah.
Just a bit expensive at 5 mana. Speaking of expensive cards, what about this one? This is called Summon Knights of Round. It is a 6 and 2 white for a 3/3 enchantment creature Saga Knight. It does have indestructible, and it has 5 lore counters. The first 4 lore counters all say the same thing. It says create 3 2/2 white knight creature tokens, and the 5th and final lore counter is Ultimate End, which means other creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn, and also put an indestructible counter on each of them. That's that's a if we've ever said board in a box, there you go.
Yeah. Very, very expensive. Board in a box.
This is such an interesting card.
Isn't it just? I've seen a lot of people reference Sidar Jabari. This is a very good target because it's a knight.
Reanimate, dude, yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
If you're not paying that,
Yeah.
this card's stupid.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know it's 8 mana for a 3/3, but it's 8 mana for 4 3/3s.
Right.
And this one has indestructible. And then you just keep going.
makes the rest of your board eventually indestructible as well. And since this is a creature, it's really easy to be able to get back. It doesn't even really like, oh man, this card, I like this a lot.
Yeah, me too. This is a card I feel like I normally would cut out of a deck, being 8 mana, but this is one that I actually would throw into a deck, believe it or not. I think this card is pretty good, and honestly, I think I might, if I pick up a copy, throw it into my Tokens Matter deck.
I will argue though that I feel like this specifically has to be for you have to be able to cheat that mana cost, whether it be you get it
100%.
out for less or you just like be able to reanimate this. If I'm waiting around until I have 8 mana, this is an abysmal card in my hand.
That's what I was
Maybe,
gonna say.
but
This is a reanimation target.
8 mana for 4 3/3s. No?
No, because by the time I have 8 mana, there's not 4 turns left.
I don't know about that.
I think in Jabbar, this card is insane. Other than that, it's okay.
Well, I like it. It's pretty cool. let's go ahead and move on. Next card is Serah Farron. Hope I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right, Riley?
I don't remember.
Ah,
Okay. 1 and green and white for a 2/2 legendary creature human citizen. Says the first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 2 or more legendary creatures, you may transform Serah Farron. Once it's transformed, it turns into Crystalized Serah. It's a legendary artifact that says the first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. And also, legendary creatures you control get +2/+2.
interesting
This
anthem.
card is very interesting. I will say this is going right into a Joda deck, without a doubt.
Yeah,
This is an incredible card for that deck. But it's interesting.
making legendaries cheaper is like there wasn't standard for a while. There was a legendary matters deck. Maybe it'll come around again.
Like I said,
The-
Joda, that was the legendary matter deck.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
The way that this card is worded too is like you can drop her, and if you have 2 other legends, just like say for example on turn 3, I don't know, you dropped a turn 1 legend and a turn 2 legend,
Yeah,
you can get her to flip on that first combat that she's in on the battlefield.
and do a bunch of damage.
Maybe. Does the first clause trigger on herself though?
No, it says
No,
other.
other.
That's why I specifically mentioned like if you had 2 others.
Got
You
it.
drop 1 mana legend and a 2 mana
I
legend.
was saying, does the cost reduction, does that take into effect even though you've cast this? So that would technically, your board state would see you've already cast a legendary this turn.
Oh yeah, no. You're gonna have to wait until the following turn to be able to take advantage of that. Regardless on how quick you can get her to flip.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But it's very cool. I don't know if there's going to be like a Selesnya legendary creature matter deck,
Maybe
but this is at the helm, right?
4 of if it is.
Very interesting card for sure. Let's go ahead and move on. Moving on to Sazh Katzroy, 3 and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature human pilot. It says when it enters, you may search your library for a bird or basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And then whenever Sazh Katzroy attacks, puts a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature.
I want to put this in my bird kindred. We already saw 2 other
Bird.
cards that go right into it.
Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word.
Chocobos.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Riley?
I think this is so adorable. So you can play this, tutor Saz's Chocobo, play that for 1 mana, and then you just got counters galore.
There you go. Counters.
Doesn't matter, dude. Let's go.
But like I said, we've seen that ability already. So I don't know if this is very good.
Because you can tutor for just like on a stick here, I don't know if I think I like this card. It can grab a creature
Yeah.
and it can grab a land. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of flexibility there.
I'm very excited when we do our Commander Grades videos. There's going to be quite a bit of them because I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me do the math in my head. We're at 124 legendaries.
We're going to 200.
I don't know what we're going to at this point, but here's another.
I don't know if it's good at the helm, but in my bird matters deck, you're definitely going in it.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and move on to the next card. We got another summon. This is Summon Primal Garuda. It's 3 and a white for a 3/3 enchantment creature. Saga Harpy. It's got flying. It's got 3 lore counters. The first one says this creature deals 4 damage to target tapped creature an opponent controls. And the second and third lore counter says another target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains flying until end of turn. Not
It's a little spicy
terrible.
for standard, possibly.
You play this on whoever just attacked you, killed
Yeah.
their creature that's
Yeah.
tapped. You
I
got a
feel
little
like this
3/3
is-
flyer.
I feel like this is fantastic for limited. Like it helps you to be able to break that board state where you and your opponent are just like stagnant, and it kills one of their creatures.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with you.
I mean, any kind of
think,
flyer is yeah, it's nuts.
I feel like limited environment. There's a lot of good cards coming out of this set.
But
But
good
yeah,
uncommons.
yes, a lot of good uncommons. That's why we're talking about some today. Obviously, because they've stretched this spoiler season out so much, we don't have a lot of cards to talk about every day, but we have enough to make a video. So we got some uncommons to talk about today. But yeah, this is a solid card. Not terrible. Speaking of uncommons, we have another summon. This is Summon Anima. It's 4 and 2 black for a 4/4 enchantment creature, Saga Horror. It's got Menace, and it has 4 lore counters. The first 3 are all the same. That says Pain. You draw a card and lose 1 life. And the 4th and final lore counter is Oblivion. Each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice and loses 3 life.
Hmm.
Pretty hefty cost, however.
Yeah, but that artwork is metal.
No
It is
argument
very
here.
metal. No, I guess let's break it down for the turn you play it, right? 6 mana for a 4/4 with Menace that draws you a card and loses you 1 life.
Not great.
Not terrible.
Not great though.
Yeah, but it's a Menace body that can hit in probably the next turn, and it gives you.
I mean, it's nice that it'll replace itself, but
Yeah, it's 3 turns of a Phyrexian Arena for twice as much mana.
yes, I won't kill you. Hopefully,
I don't know if I've ever lost to my own Phyrexian
I
Arena.
have. I don't want to talk about it.
That's Shane's go-to. I don't die by this. It's just a bit of pain. And then the Oblivion part, Riley, you love when you make your opponents sacrifice their creatures.
Yeah, but same thing. I mean, okay, assuming that I curve out into this, I drop this on turn 6. That hits what, turn 9? It's just I don't see it. I don't know.
I mean, that's the late game for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get to that point.
Comment below. What do you guys think of this card? Good? Bad? Metal?
Definitely metal.
Let's move on to a common. Shane, maybe you'll like this because you love ramen. This is instant ramen. 2 generic mana for an artifact food. It's got flash. When this artifact enters, you draw a card. You can pay 2, sacrifice it, and gain 3 life.
I just want to
Simple and to the point.
let you know, I don't eat instant ramen, right? It's like homemade real ramen. But yes, I love ramen.
I think this card's kind of cool. Once again, pretty good limited environment. Just replaces itself. It
Food
can
token
go
that
into
draws you a
any.
card.
It is a food token that draws you a card at instant speed, which is very cool. I feel like this is good in, I don't know, an artifact themed deck.
This is so flavorful. It's instant ramen with
Yeah,
flash.
yeah.
You can cast it at it. I love this.
Well, where in the flavor does it give you a card?
You know what? Gives you the ability to.
Gives you early onset heart disease.
Whoa. Just a little high sodium for your diet.
Yeah, exactly.
That harmony of flavors is key, it says in the flavored text.
I really do want some ramen right now, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, go and get some instant ramen. I think this card is good though.
Actually, I think it's good too.
Especially in like food token strategies.
Yeah.
Just throw that in there.
Yeah, I can take a cantrip.
Put this in the what was the Lord of the Rings? Food and
Food and Fellowship.
There you go. Give them instead of
ramen.
potatoes. Yeah, give them instant ramen.
Perfect. That's what they needed on their.
Yeah, that's what the hobbits were missing.
Yeah, do that in the microwave. Exactly.
All right. Moving on to another common. This has brought the community into question. So let's talk about it. This is Suplex. 1 and a red for a sorcery. Choose 1. It deals 3 damage to target creature. If that creature would die, exile it instead. And then also exile target artifact.
So, you can't suplex
obviously, suplex the train. Obviously, this is being compared to a braid. A braid obviously is at instant speed.
Yep.
Does 3 damage, but doesn't exile anything, and it destroys artifact, doesn't exile anything. So, which is better?
Instant speed. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like instant speed is better, but exiling artifacts is pretty good too.
Here's my thought. Do I play a braid? No. Should I? Probably, but I don't. And if I don't play a braid, I'm probably not going to play Suplex.
Yeah, from a personal standpoint, I'm probably not playing it either. I usually take a braid out of upgrades because I don't think that's a very good card. But I'd rather exile stuff. Exiling is a lot better.
No death triggers is pretty good. I don't know.
Unfortunately, I think this is a bit too slow in standard at the moment. Braid is slowly making a comeback right now just because there are some Corey Steel cutters that need to be killed.
Ooh, I love that card.
So maybe this sees play, but again, sorcery speed. I think you died a Corey Steel cutter before you could play this.
Turn
So-
2? Nah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
You never know. You never know. And the final card we're talking about, once again, we're continuing the trend here with a reprint that gets very cool art. This is Lightning Lone Commando. It is a reprint of Isshin, Two Heavens as One. What an absolutely stunning work of art this card gets.
Very true.
Yeah. And I have no idea about Lightning, but you do, Riley.
Yeah, she was, I would say, the main character of Final Fantasy 13.
Nice.
I don't know. I saw people commenting online that like this was not super flavorful. If I remember from the game, her, or at least like me playing with this character, what she was really good at was like causing additional damage to your opponent, staggering your opponent. So I don't know. She was in there as like an aggro support, which is kind of exactly what Isshin is. So I think that this is still pretty flavorful.
Big
Yeah,
question,
and
Hunter. Are you picking this up?
I am an Isshin player.
I
Funny
know.
enough, Shane. I think this art is incredible. I've never played any Final Fantasies, and low key, I would love this in foil.
Hell yeah.
I think it would look awesome at the helm of a deck.
Hell yeah.
So we'll see. Who knows? But that's gonna do it for us today. Short, sweet, to the point. Like I said, we were really stretching out spoiler season here. But yeah, comment down below. What was your guys' favorite card we talked about today? Always interested to hear your guys' opinions. Maybe we missed something flavorful from the games. You guys have been commenting about the Final Fantasy games and stuff that we do not know. It's very interesting, and keep doing that. But before we wrap up, Shane, what was your favorite card we talked about today?
Instant ramen.
The guy loves ramen. What can you say? Riley, did you have a favorite?
Because of how adorable this energy is, I'm gonna go with Sazh.
Sazh Katzroy. Yeah.
Good one.
And I'm actually going to go summon Knights of the Round, or Knights of Round, should I say. I think board in a box, 8 mana is expensive, but still very cool. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you're staying up to date with all the other videos that we are putting out. Because, like I said, spoiler season is still trekking along for the next 14 days. But you don't want to miss out. Also, in the description, you'll find links to all of our social media accounts, including a big one for this special time of year. It's Instagram. We post all spoilers, not just the ones we talked about today, over on our Instagram. Follow along. And on the screen right now, those are all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. It really does mean the world to us. If you guys wanted to check out what they're seeing, which is not here on YouTube, please check the link in the description as well and consider subscribing. And a very special shout out to our Gains Indestructible tier, starting with
Aaron Hill.
Brian Ganella,
Daryl Tripp,
Marion Turner.
Dr. Rome,
Jimmy Ward,
Kevo.
Larry Killian.
Thrifty PSGR.
And Tim K.
You guys are awesome. Appreciate every single one of you. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Laters.
Bye.